Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. I'm your host Idi Kanobot. This is Isaac News. So today on Isaac News I bring you mind-blowing, mind-boggling, heavy revelations. Okay, this news would definitely send shivers down your spine. I mean, you wouldn't believe the figures I'm about to read to you guys right now. So if there's any video where you don't watch to the end, you skip it, I am sure it is not today's video. It is not, because what I'm about to tell you is both sweet and bitter. It would give you joy, it would give you pain, it would break your heart, it may make you weep. As much as it's a good thing that I'm about to say now, there's a lot of sad stories in between that can really make you to that will make you to question many things that are being pushed on, on the mainstream media stage. But today we're not fighting mainstream media, we're just reading news, because this news, it's everywhere. What is it about? It's about the money that has come to the state government from the federal government in the last 7 years. If you hear this figure, you will shout and weep. And I'm talking about oil producing states only. This is money that is outside normal federal allocation on a monthly basis. This is money dating as far back as 1999, as far back as 23 years ago. Debts that were accrued to oil producing states have been paid. It is so crazy. If President Nyesom Wike did not come and shake this table the way he did, because he's no longer he's not in a very good he's not in good terms with his political party. He shook this table when he was unveiling the newly commissioned River State Law School and also other flyover that he was commissioning and is yet to commission. And he said, "Where did I carry money from?" And he was mentioning figures. He was mentioning figures, say all the money that were owed us decades ago, Buhari has paid it in billions, hundreds of billions. He took it and began to do projects here. All these projects were worth billions, and he was still doing normal, just servicing his state, and was doing big mega projects. Money from 13% oil derivation since 1999. Money from subsidy, money from Shopee. 9 oil producing states receive 625 billion naira in the last 2 years. This debt has been owed for over 20 years, but in the last 2 years, this president has pushed out 625 billion naira to oil producing states, to 9 oil producing states in the last 2 years. This is the question I want to ask you. Did I see it now? No, let's move on. Let's move on. The states that received the funds dating from 1999 up until 2021 are, in alphabetical order: Abia State 1, Akwa Ibom State 2, Bayelsa State 3, Cross River State 4, Delta State 5, Edo State 6, Imo State 7, Ondo State 8, and Rivers State 9. Question: are these the only states in Nigeria that produce oil? No, but these are the states that are recognized, as of 2021, because some northern states have come into they have also begun to hold title as an oil producing state. As of 2021, these were the oil producing state, the official oil producing state in Nigeria. Let's look at how much came into the state. Now, data from the Federation Account Department, shows that a total sum of 477 billion was released to the 9 states as refund of 13% derivation fund. Refund. What does that mean? This 477 billion has little or nothing to do with the sitting governors in all these states. The sitting governors in this state were not owed a chunk of this money. Probably they will owe, probably I think the most they would have owed the present governors would have been 10% of the money they have received, if they were owed anything at all. This is just, remember, money is coming from 13% derivation, from subsidy, and from Shopee. Money alone from 13% derivation, it is 477.2 billion to 9 states. This is a huge amount of money. Question: what is being done with this chunk of money? What? We like to do blame game in this country. We ought to understand that the government is in a way that there's federal government, there's state government, there's local government. But the president had to push and fight with the Nigerian Governors Forum in order to grant autonomy to the local government, because many state government used to collect state allocation and local government allocation and pocket all and send chicken feed and peanuts to the local government in order to keep them under their power, under the umbrella. So the local government are just pawns in the hands of many state governors. The president fought, and some states have not even given autonomy to the local government. It is why most times we see once a state is PDP, all the local government are PDP. If it is APC, sometimes all the local government are APC, because the governor runs everything. What of the internally generated revenue, the federal allocation, the money from 1999, decades ago, that has been given, then federal government bailout, then Paris Club refund, and many other things? These figures are ranking. Let's move on. The benefiting states have an outstanding balance of over 860 billion naira, which was approved by President Muhammadu Buhari. So out of the hundreds of billions that have been paid, they said an outstanding of over 860 billion naira. And these things have already been, they have already strategized ways to pay them. This money are being paid in installmentally. So every quarter, right from 2021, every quarter, and a quarter is 4 months. So every 4 months, a chunk of money will be sent to states, dependent on, they have their ratio. Akwa Ibom has always been the highest receiver of this money, always, up until recently that Delta State started collecting more than us. From way back 2021, we're always collecting more. I speak as an Akwa Ibomite. Blame, or are the governors doing what they ought to do? Moving on. According to figures, under 13% derivation fund, Abia State received 4.8 billion naira with an outstanding sum of 2.8 billion naira. Akwa Ibom State received 128 billion naira with an outstanding sum of 77 billion naira. Bayelsa received 92 billion naira with an outstanding sum of 55 billion naira. Listen to these figures. Cross River got a refund. All this is refund of 1.3 billion naira with an outstanding balance of 792 million naira. Delta State, like I said, Akwa Ibom collects more, received 110 billion naira with an outstanding balance of 66 billion naira. Edo State received 11 billion naira with an outstanding balance of 6 billion naira. Imo State received 5.5 billion, an outstanding of 3.3 billion naira. Ondo State received 19.4 billion with an outstanding sum of 11.7 billion, while River State was paid 103 billion with an outstanding of 62 billion. These states were paid in 8 installments between the 2nd of October 2021 up until the 11th of January 2022. 9 installments have been paid out of 12. Oof. Please, I hope this thing is, provoking certain thoughts and responses in your heart. See these figures. Mind you, this is refund. Refund has nothing to do with monthly allocation coming to an oil producing giant like Akwa Ibom. They are still receiving normal monthly allocation with 128 billion naira in 2 years. How much is 1 month allocation? How much is 1 month allocation? You're receiving, Akwa Ibom has been receiving Akwa Ibom has been receiving the highest monthly allocation in Buhari's term for the longest. I just looked at federal allocation before I made this video. Lagos State, as big as it was, Akwa Ibom collect far more than Lagos. Akwa Ibom collect the highest federal allocation up until sometime this year that Delta State now took over. The 3 largest benefiting states from this refund are Akwa Ibom, Delta, and Rivers State. And Governor Nyesom Wike, like I said, came to shake this table. The president has, you know what it means? I made a video. We have spent about 7 trillion naira servicing debt. Servicing debt owed to Nigerians by the Nigerian government. 5 trillion naira servicing debt to contractors. We have returned Paris Club refund. We have paid pension owed as far back as the Biafran soldiers in the civil war are being paid their pension. We have paid people who were owed pension and arrears from many federal companies and federal parastatals that folded up. Trillions of naira have gone into paying this debt. This shows you the heart of your president. And a lot of this money is just being pocketed by certain governors. It would interest you to know that our president considers it a matter of honor and decency that debts owed to states or anyone should be repaid. And he has spent a lot just servicing debt. And no, to my knowledge, no, I think Imo State governor and Ebonyi State governor, but then they are not even under South. No South governor, to my knowledge, except Nyesom Wike, has acknowledged receipt of this money on their own until very recently. When Wike shook the table, it mounted pressure on all oil producing states to acknowledge receipt of elephant-sized money, chunk, billions of naira, in fact, billions of dollars too, if you're to convert it. It took Wike to shake this table and for states to begin to question our governor and say, where is this money and how is it being spent? This is refund, people. This is refund. God will bless Buhari. God will bless all those working with him, giving this kind of advice to not mind the public and not mind the disrespect from these governors and not mind the insincerity on their part and do what he wants to do and live with a clean slate. How can someone send over 600 billion to 9 states? And these states, most of these states, they are the ones carrying they're pushing all sort of negative narrative and cursing and insulting, bashing, vilifying, demonizing the president, anything you can think of. Whereas he stated, it is shocking. South is cursing, rendering all manner of fire and brimstone on Buhari, and he's sending money steadily, billions, steadily, paying pension steadily, bringing mega projects. The governors are collecting this money and they are still instigating people to keep hating and shouting and screaming, making everyone emotional about the whole situation. It is so sad. Like, it is so sad. I repeat, God will bless our president. God will bless our president. Since 2015 till date, the federal government led by our president has supported state government with over 5 trillion naira. Supported 2015 to 2022, 7 years, we have given state government 5 trillion naira. When you hear supported, understand that this is not normal monthly allocation. This is money. Question: how much is our budget? How much is our yearly budget? The least I can remember, this year's budget, I think it was supposed to be 16 trillion naira. People were shouting, "Hey, where will they get the money from? Jesus, wickedness." I'm not running commentary on that. If our budget is 16 trillion and somebody carries 5 trillion and gives to states to support them, and these same people have the guts to speak against this man where he's innocent, very unfair. Very unfair. Very unfair. I see, states have gotten money from 13% derivation, Paris Club refund, ecological refund, COVID-19 intervention, refund from federal road repair. This list is unending. I think this video I've even overstretched it. I'm ending. I'm not talking again. Please, as you leave this video, I hope that I've been able to prove beyond reasonable doubt that Fulani man is a true Nigerian and has the heart of Nigeria and has Nigeria at the very core, at the very center of his heart. If not, he wouldn't do all this that he does. He wouldn't. He would bribe people and bribe the media and make the media love him, but he doesn't. He doesn't even allow imagine, I think that the people in his publicity team are doing a very poor job. Look at this kind of information. They are allowing it to just waste. Don't worry. The generations coming will remember him, but it will be too late. We'll be honoring a man who was dishonored in his day on the throne, as it always happens throughout history, especially in scripture. People, till we see again, open your eye, research, find things out for yourself, and remain blessed.